guys, my name is Sammie Gallo and I am Anglicans for Life's youth coordinator. And today I'm going to be talking about the cultural lie, my body, my choice. My body, my choice is a term coined to represent bodily autonomy and freedom of choice. Consequently, the term is used most often by those who identify as pro-choice. That's probably where you guys have heard it before. Bodily autonomy refers to one's right to make independent decisions involving their body without outside interference. In short, it is the right to self-governance. The core of this idea was first articulated in the 70s by philosopher Judith Jarvis Thomson. Judith is also the originator of the violinist argument in her article, A Defense of Abortion. This is the idea that even if a fetus is alive, abortion is still morally permissible because it actually relies on someone else to survive, the mom. As a reminder, like I just mentioned, bodily autonomy is the self-determination of one's own body without outside interference. Since Judith actually acknowledges that the unborn are people, just like the Supreme Court has, Judith's argument actually debunks itself. Yes, women shouldn't have someone else tell them what to do with their bodies, but neither should their child have someone else govern theirs. Our rights, one's rights, cannot and should not elevate above another's. Everyone, regardless of their dependency or their age or their race or their gender or any other discrimination, should not have their rights trumped by another's. There is humanity in the unborn. Even pro-choice arguments acknowledge that there are two distinct sets of DNA, two sets of heartbeats, two humans, and that they are both fully deserving of rights. The pro-life movement isn't trying to take away a woman's authority over her body. We want women to succeed, and this is why we have thousands of pregnancy medical centers dedicated to supporting them and their families. Now, we do draw a line when anyone else's rights infringe on someone else's. Everyone should have autonomy of their body, especially when it comes to their basic ability to live. Rights should never stretch so far that someone has another's rights in their hands. Humans weren't meant to own or be owned. It is a baby's body and a baby's choice, just as it is her body and her choice. Now, despite what you may have heard, pro-lifers are not anti-woman. The abortion movement actually hijacked feminism around the time of America's sexual revolution. Think about it for a second. Because abortion is so heinous, it couldn't gain momentum or succeed on its own as a movement by itself. So abortion supporters actually had to strategically attach to another issue to boost themselves up. Thus, modern feminism, as we know it, became pro-abortion. The original feminists and many others prior to the 1960s saw abortion for what it was, a grisly act of violence that pitted women against children. Susan B. Anthony, Alice Paul, and other founding mothers were pro-life. They were firm in the belief that women's empowerment could not be bought with the blood of our children. Abortion is a human rights issue. Abortion, like all other human rights violations before it, deals with dehumanizing a particular group of people and committing violence against them. One thing we need to ask about those chanting my body, my choice is, first of all, do they know Jesus? Do they know why they were created and for what purpose they were created? If not, that's where we need to start. Because for those of us in Christ, we are not our own. We are His. Our identity changes everything. And that is where we need to start. Now, this is a hard reality to understand, especially for a young woman who is anxiously facing an unexpected pregnancy. The lie that our bodies are our own is many times driven by fear. And many times the decision to abort a baby is driven by the idea that it's a quick fix to something, the baby, that is perceived as a problem. Because of other lies that culture perpetuates, these women are deeply concerned that their lives will be ruined by becoming a mom. Maybe they won't be able to go to college or achieve the dreams that they've set for themselves. As the church, this should be another cry for us to come alongside of these women to care for the unborn and for the mother. We need to give them a different message, a message of truth, hope, peace, security, and compassion that is louder than the lies that the culture likes to sell them. To learn more about how you can partner with the church in the pro-life movement, I encourage you to head on over to anglicansforlife.org. We would love to get you connected with an organization in your area that is doing life-saving work of loving moms and saving babies.